This will be a description of using the Quickdraw weaving program version 5.2's weaving structure libraries. Now the libraries I'm shipping with the software are downloaded with the executable into the program files. If you want to copy them from there into your own program directory, whatever, help yourself. Otherwise, you can just load them from there. Now in this particular case, what I've got is a small heart pattern. I'll show you where that came from later. That I'm going to use that as a profile. Now, if I look at the summer and winter structures, for example, so if I want to use one of these patterns, you'll notice the traffic light and pattern copy indicator. Okay, let me pick up a summer and winter. When I look at the summer and winter patterns here, you'll notice the exclamation points. The only ones that won't work for a drawloom substitution are going to be the 3 tack-a-day structures. So let me zoom in on one of the other ones here. And if I want to copy this guy as the pattern, you'll notice the red light. Right now I have the pattern buffer, the background buffer, and the pattern buffer are different sizes, so I can't do that substitution. When I select that, the traffic light goes green. Now what it's actually done is verified those structures to make sure that each warp thread, each weft thread has one rising shed and one falling shed tie in it so that it's structurally sound. The other thing it's also telling me is I have some number of floating threads, and I will do a separate editor that talks about how to deal with those. But when I copy things, if I want to do a structure with that, if I want to do a block substitution on a drawloom, that green light says I've got a valid structure that will do something fun and interesting. So I've now got those set up. When I go back into the heart, if I go back in and ask for the thread substitution of the heart pattern, and ask for thread sub, it's now given me that heart drawn in summer and winter. And I have all of the different weaving structures that I can deal with there. The ones on the bottom here actually came from the Joanne Hall's book on drawloom weaving, so those were not in my standard library suite. So I can select any of those and substitute. And now the other suite of things down in the third choice is the warped imagination, which there is a separate tool that I will talk about in a separate video that is the ground editor that I really use to create these guys. But what these guys allow me to do, let me say the heart here, for example, I can grab that heart, set it as a background, set the pattern. It's now got something it can draw. If I go up to the pattern, grab my heart, do the thread substitution, I've now actually got a large heart made out of little hearts. And I can get fun with that. I can fill that in with red, and I can colorize that. And so I can physically create and see what kind of a structure I'd get. So I can fill those in. And so the rest of these are just a handful of things that few imagination to figure out what kind of choices I deal with. And I've done things like a big skull made out of little skulls, and hearts, or a skull made out of hearts, or a heart made out of skulls. So that's really what the way those structure libraries can be used for drawloom substitutions. Thank you.